Alrighty, welcome back to Keep It Real podcast. This is probably gonna be one of my favorite episodes. Not because it's just about the gym, but how much it's changed my life. Obviously, the whole goal of this podcast is to be a lot more relatable. I don't know if about you guys, but a lot of these podcasts I listen to, which is nothing wrong with it, these people are 10 levels ahead of us, if not more, and they don't really talk about the troubles. They talk about all of the wins, which is really good. It's just a little hard to relate sometimes. So that's my goal with this. I know I have a bunch of you guys who reach out after every episode, and this helps some people. Some people might be a waste of time, but the goal is to keep these short and for you to at least get a couple takeaways. And the goal for me is for those of you who we all are on the same path together, like what do you take away from this? Like, how can we grow together? So I love this topic because anybody who goes to the gym, they know this isn't about like a workout or get in shape thing. This is about it's the gym improves every aspect of your life. And if you're doing well right now and you don't even go to the gym, I recommend I mean I can't imagine where you'd be at if you did go to the gym. Something about it, and I'll break that down in this quick podcast, but the thing about it is we all, whether you want to admit it or not, we're all looking for shortcuts in life. I've always been that way. Like I guess my motto is work smarter, not harder. Even in school, like I'd team up with the smartest kid, or I'd find the websites where I could read the book faster just to get to the end result quicker. I like to say it's efficiency. But that's how I feel about life too. Like, how can I give myself the biggest advantage without having to do too much work? And the gym is like an hour a day. You don't even have to go 7 days a week, but it doesn't even have to be a gym. Just like challenge yourself physically, which leads to mentally. And the gym's my favorite thing ever. Like I've finally gotten to the point where it feels really, really weird if I don't go. Obviously I can dial it in a little bit more with diet or my workouts and all that. And I'm a little inconsistent with like the intensity level. But if I show up, and it's like the caption of this video, there's never a time where I don't leave or I don't text like one of my buddies and be like, dude, the gym is such a hack. Like no matter what mood you're in, no matter how you feel, even if you're already feeling good, you leave there feeling way more proud of yourself, especially if you like kill your workout. Your dopamine levels are through the roof, your serotonin's through the roof. You're ready to just take on the day or the night or whatever. So this just sounds so clear. I don't even know how to reiterate this without sounding cliche, but it's the days that you don't want to go to the ones that matter so much. And I didn't really believe that. Or I didn't put much weight on it until I started doing it in the gym, which then led to business, which then led to everything else compounding. And I think the biggest thing there is it's so easy to take back steps, especially with the gym. You can have 4 really, really good days, and then you have a shitty weekend where you're eating like crap, you're not lifting, you're lifting half-assed. The like one bad day erases like 4 really good days at the gym. It's frustrating. Like that's why it's so hard to be in really good shape, because you have to work 4 times as hard, and in one time as hard. When you do bad, it deletes everything. So, but that's the same thing with business. I think it's the exact same way. I think there's the reason there's a top 1% in the world, and everybody else is just kind of comfortable in their lane. So PB, personal best, by just 1 rep or 2.5 pounds, that's twice a week. That's 8 times a month. It starts to compound very quickly rather than just like kind of winging it. You don't know what weights you're doing. You don't know what calories you're eating, but you're going in the gym and then you beat yourself up. I know this all sounds intense, and the goal isn't to overwhelm you. The goal is to understand that there's levels to every game, right? There's people in business that kind of just wing it and they can do well, right? I've always done well in business, and it wasn't until like these last 2 years that I've started treating it like the gym. It wasn't until like the last year that I started treating the gym this way as well. And the results are, go back to where we started this podcast. It's all about being more efficient. It's the same amount of work, if not less, and the results are significantly faster and better, which should be everyone's goal, right? Like that's the thing I'm trying to like get people to understand is it's the same amount of work. Like why wouldn't we all want to be the best versions of ourselves? It's so much more rewarding when I can go in, like right now I'm working out with my buddy Chris. We can look at our apps, see exactly what we listed last week. And I sit down in the chair and I'm like, hey, I got 7 reps last week. I'm like, I'm going for 8 this week. Even if you don't get it, like, you know, it's a game at this point. And something with your brain, something the way muscles work is they can't get bigger and more tone unless they're getting stronger. So progressive overload, treat that like your business as well. How many phone calls did you make last week? How many appointments did that lead to? How many deals have you done? Can you do a little bit more of all of those? Doesn't have to be crazy amount. Don't go balls to the wall one day and then get burnt out. Just do a little bit more to beat last month's, to beat last year's, especially if you're in real estate, like even just to sell 4 or 5 more homes a year, that's like a 20% jump for some of you guys. Like think about that. Your income jumps by, if you worked at a corporate job and somebody said, hey, we're giving you a 20% increase, and all you have to do is like work a little bit smarter and track your numbers a little bit more, like anybody would take that. But because we work for ourselves, we almost paralyze ourselves. So it's all, I mean, all of these podcasts, you can see kind of where my brain goes is it's all perception on how you view things. And that's why I'm obsessed with the gym right now. No matter if you're a runner, you're doing calisthenics, maybe you just do yoga, lifting weights is my favorite. Just get a little bit better each day, tiny bit, and see how that compounds. I did 75 hard, obviously. I took that very seriously. I didn't even really feel the results. It wasn't until like halfway through I started seeing results. And at the end, I was like, holy crap, like I didn't even realize that's how much of a jump I made. I lost 30 pounds, got significantly stronger. So, and this is the other point I want to make very, very clear. And this is the hardest point, but this will help everybody who's also in business and not just related to the gym, is you got to, no matter what, focus on the process, not the results. So what does that mean? We all are like, okay, I need to lose 20 pounds, right? And we're looking at the scale, we're looking in the mirror, and we're pissed off. Like, or we're looking at our deal spreadsheet, and we're like, oh, we haven't sold a house this month or this week, and like I haven't set any appointments, and we get all beat up. You can't control that stuff. That stuff's out of your control. All you can focus on is what you can control, which is the process. So the process is your workout routine, the amount of calories you're eating, the amount of weights you're lifting as hard as you can. With business, the amount of calls you're making, connections you're making, hours you're working in deep, focused flow state, and have a checklist. Have a checklist of what makes that day a W, right? And all you have to do is get through the checklist. I went to the gym. I hit chest today. I tracked all my calories. I did my calls. I read my book. I stretched. Didn't see any results, but I got, today's a W. L's, remember, L's, if it's an L, that almost erases 3 W's. So you start stacking those W's. It's not until like, I would say like sometimes after like 5 or 6, or sometimes even after like 20 in a row, you look back and you're like, holy shit, like I'm just getting so used to it and so numb to it, but I'm gaining so much momentum. Like my strength has gone up by 20 pounds on each muscle. My business has gone up by 20%, but you didn't realize it because it's 1% a week, or it's 1% a day. You know, so that's why I love the gym. Like master the gym first. And something that I've noticed is like, I mean, I get a lot of comments in a humble way. Like everyone says like, oh, you have no issue with discipline. Like you're a very disciplined person. I wish I was as disciplined as you. Like, I don't even realize it. Like it's not, I'm honestly like, I think I'm lazy. I'm not even aware of how disciplined I am. And I put all the emphasis on the fact that I just love the gym now. And I think it overfills into the rest of my life, where now like I want to hit my progressive overload with everything else, or else I feel like I'm moving backwards. There's no worse feeling than going to the gym and you're a little bit fatter because you couldn't track your calories or your macros, and you're weaker. It's like, what's the whole point? Like, I just destroyed myself for no reason. Like, yeah, still go have fun and have those weekends within moderation, but let's see some progression, or at least stay in the same spot for a little bit and then see some progression. And now that I'm so wired that way, I use it the same way in my life. And it starts to compound with everything. And it's super cool. I mean, it makes you realize how simple everything is. And I've always used that analogy as like, nothing is easy. It's very, very hard. Otherwise, everyone would be doing it, but it's very simple. So if you didn't have any emotions and you're just playing a video game, it'd be very easy to level up. But because we have these emotions and we're tired and it's overwhelming and it's uncomfortable and we don't want to get up and we don't want to go to the gym because we don't know the machines that we're going to do, and we don't want to chat GPT a workout plan or nutrition plan. I don't want to make those calls. That's why we don't level up. But if we keep those emotions aside and you just have to stack W's, it's honestly the easiest thing ever. And it makes me wonder so much, like, how much more potential do I have if I triple down and just get rid of all the bad habits that just keep stacking progressive overload? So try to treat this week like it's a training split. Don't overwhelm yourself. Just set a super easy one. Like, I'm talking to a couple of friends right now who are just getting into the gym, and I'm like, don't even worry about the diet or the workouts. I'm like, just get used to showing up, right? Because they're like beginner level. Sorry if that's offensive, but like, they weren't doing so well getting in the gym. So I'm like, just get used to going in the gym. And then each week or day or whatever, we do a little bit more. Because if you do too much at once, you're going to get overwhelmed and get burned out, right? That'd be like if I started door knocking right now. It's like, I just need to start showing up for 90 minutes every day, talking to more people. Then when I get to that level, I could maybe start door knocking and do different things if I need to level up that much. Get in the gym. If you're already going to the gym, start taking it a little bit more seriously. If you're already taking it as serious as you think, step it up a notch. I guarantee if you're not seeing results, you're not doing progressive overload like we're tracking it, you're not tracking all your calories. It's a guarantee. And if you're already completely dialed in, you know exactly what I'm talking about, start using it towards your business and your life. And that's what I'm in the process of doing that right now. I haven't mastered it, but I'm super aware of what I need to do each day to make it a W. And it's stacking very, very quickly. And it's very exciting. I even broke it down with ChatGPT, and I'm like, and you guys should do the same. I don't know if you guys have the paid version, but it like knows everything about me. And I said, hey, if I stick to this and I really treat this seriously, and I treat like my life and my business and my faith and my communication skills and my meditation and just staying at peace, like the gym, and I become that better version of myself for like 6 months or 12 months, what's going to happen? And it spit out some crazy stuff. Like, it's talking about you'll double your income. You'll be at more peace than you could ever imagine. You'll tap into this version of yourself that you never even knew was possible. And just reading that, like, I believe it. And I think that we all should try to accomplish that version of ourselves. I think, to me, that's the definition of success, is if you can tap into that version of yourself that you didn't even know was possible. And it changes your goals. Like, people who come to me that have all these goals, I'm like, just be a better version of yourself, because that version who's smarter and they can accomplish more, they have completely different goals. So stop putting goals on like a new car or a house or 6-pack abs. I'm like, get some progressive overload going, build new habits, be that newer version of yourself, and see what comes about it. I mean, it's super cool. I'd say the one thing I do give myself a pat on the back is I am a better version of myself than the previous year, probably 7 years in a row. So there's not one year where I'm like, dang, I took a step backwards. Yeah, there's been troubles in my life and things that have come up that suck, but me personally and how I've handled it or how I've grown from it has increased every single year. And that's the goal. And now it's like, how can I even expedite that even more? Because I feel like we all have insane amount of potential. So this went longer than it should have. I just got in the flow state, and I love this topic. So if you made it this far, I don't know, maybe one of you guys, DM me, text me. Let's keep the conversation going. And I'm freaking dialed in. Let's just keep it rocking and have a good 2026, because we're coming to the end of 2025. And each year is a fresh restart. So talk to you guys soon.